Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's lap time challenge on Gran Turismo 7. So I just uploaded for only 2 content videos after having a tough moment on the Laguna Seca for the Ford Mustang GT. Pretty simple and easy for the Toyota Alphahard Executive Lounge 2018 at Autopolis International in the shortcut course layout. But now, it's about to go track racing only for only one course at Dragon Trail Gardens for the Radical SR3 SL 2013. So you see, ever since I just went there for having a late session before the ranking registration will come to an end on every Wednesday for only 2 weeks. But still got enough time, and I'm about to go harder to have the goal ejected in 1 minute, 40.586 seconds in 3%. So, it looks like tomorrow's update on GT7 will be doing a prior recording session as I'm about to go down and get everything to be ready up and go hard racing compound tires along with the BOP/tuning prohibitive will be on the mid speed. But any kinds of different settings along with the race and penalty is now going normal and light. So it'll have to be challenging to go for the forward direction by 14 turns. Is going to have to go complex and straight faster to improve your time. But after all, putting up to have 3 kinds of my very own liveries, like 2 types of Total Drama Island with Screaming Gophers and Killer Bass, and of course the UDRS Insportec variation to the same SR3 SL. Alright, just going to be ready up and go. BOP will be setting up automatically to be adjusted in the power in 239 horsepower and weight to be decreased at 1,709 pounds. Do your best out there, folks. Remember, clean racing and keep a good technical sessions on every part of the sectors when you're in the gardens. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's lap time challenge. Let's begin. Okay, time to start out and go for the main objective by having some helping hand other Gran Turismo players that has a replay icon. Gonna have to make sure to see which one of them that has the best lap time to go expert or doing main average by the main part of the time by exactly 1 minute and 38 seconds depends on the decimal. But after all, because road car and street legal vehicle is absolutely to have a very good 2-seater vehicle to be turned south and much more efficiently to be driving on the circuit. So there it is right now. Looks like we have Mr_MC8 that has a very good average time in 1 minute 38.806 seconds. So I really hope if he can ever watch my video, now's the time and go low ghost to see how it turns out, because it'll have to go challenging from a teacher to a student. Let's begin and go for the forward direction. That will be a very good cue session. So here I go, approaching on the blind corner on turn 13 and 14. So better be sure to pack up enough speed before enter the time limit. 1 lap at a time, and just gonna have to go every part of the turn and watch yourself, because this is gonna have to go very tricky to be entered on turn number 2 through turn number 4. So here I go. Let's do this, and let's see how the world's greatest OK player in every Gran Turismo history that might have to give much more helpful tips. So you see, inside of the apex that has a main queue to be stopping in on turn number 2 through turn number 4. But good thing I just saw one ghost car just gonna have to be well surveillance if I can probably have to do it. 1 basic and 1 going advanced technique to go master on every part of the corner session in the gardens layout. So I had to go basic warm up in the first lap before coming up and proceed in lap number 2. But also because 4 cars will be coming up by tomorrow as the maintenance schedule will be ready to commence. but I can't wait to see how the returning vehicle from Gran Turismo 2 and onwards to be stopping at GT6. The return of the Jaguar XJ220 is going to be a very good road car to be coming in and give a good extra premium treatment. So very classic and very good luxury supercar from the 1990s. But it will be a very good perfect time to be serving as a race car variation from Gran Turismo 2 and onwards to be on Gran Turismo 6 to be using as a standard vehicle. But the second one is going to be another AMG Mercedes GT3 in the 2020 models. But clearly, this is going to have to be as an evolution model, is now being served as a Group 3 category that compares to the 2016 version. So here it is. Looks like first lap attempt cleared. 1 minute, 45.321 seconds. But not close enough because you'll have to go improve and beat the 5-second gap distance. We'll have to go in and deal with turn 2, 3, and 4. But it's very rough. All I have to do is gonna have to believe in myself and drive with the SR3 SL. But about the two different versions of the Dallara SF23 Super Formula with the Toyota and Honda engine variants are about to have some different livery variations, but no longer to have a carbon-based style, just like the two SF19 models with the same manufacturer engine brands. But that will be very good and give your pick or suitable whenever you like to use. But it has the same performance compared to the SF19 models. But I can't wait to see how two different versions can actually turns out to be faster, much more exact similarities, and of course to have an overtake function is now going to be used as well. So you'll have to get much more quicker and be precision after I just went down to do some main topics about tomorrow's update. Exercise is always about just going to keep racing clean and go find my line. Okay, so that makes an update by 0.198 seconds. Gonna have to go faster and step it up on turn number 1. Okay, go for turn 2. Make sure to be extra careful. Okay, just like that. Have that position to go clear. Adding up and go by 1 second behind. Here it comes. Now gonna have to take much more pushing progression to have a 1.6 seconds. I hope Mr_MCA's Ghost Lap is actually trying to help me out. Steadier, wide precision, and go tricky after the hairpin. That makes 2 seconds. Now on to the final sector currently, and go technical sessions to be on the extreme tricky corners. But I can't wait about the 4 new cars will be coming up by the update, you guys. But I can feel it, and just to be sure to have a much more fine exactly hands on the Jaguar XJ220 is gonna be the best time all favorite Gran Turismo British road car ever since to be using to have a high performance, and a race modification is now being served as well. So there you go. Update by the record. Gonna have to do the same thing all over again, just gonna have to go exactly quickly as planned. Okay, that's gets a little bit rough around. All you need to do is gonna have to follow this position like this, and that might have turn 4 to be stopping in earlier to be well priored. 1 minute and 42.789 seconds. Averaged and going clear to be as a silver level like a comparison to world record, that will have to be much more basic and step it up to go average. But I'm still gonna have to go advanced if I can probably master to take turn 2 to turn 4, and especially to have the other parts of the corners in sector 2. If I ever make a mistake, that will have to cause one single attempt without having too much distraction. So it'll have to be much more advanced warm-up and go harder at this time to be mastered and deal with some advanced tricky consecutive corners from the National B or maybe International B and International A license test. Onto the flying corner in turn 13 and 14. So I'll have to do the same thing and pack it up to go for the main speed average. Alright, looks like average time by 1 minute and 43 seconds. Now let's see how I can probably handle to take turn 1 to go slide around to be followed by the apex before slamming the brakes correctly onto turn 2 and watch out for any speed bumps to be entered on turn 3 and 4. Okay, that was a ridiculous corner technique. That could be a disadvantage that you might need to step it up some more. Almost 8 minutes. Gonna have to work hard and be strategic and see how it feels. Driving with a Radical SR3 SL is a track-only road car is absolutely to be serving as a basic go-kart level. But two-seaters is very much more clear to be average to see how the differences between the Radical SR3 and the KTM Expo are. But speaking of which, because that will be a perfect time and gonna have to be set as a custom race to see which is the road going legal track car can actually feel it. No need to have the traction, just gonna have to make sure if I can go down on lap number 6. It's all about lap time challenge. If I can work hard and going much more difficult after having a simple and piece of cake at Autopolis for the Toyota Appleheart Executive Lounge 2018. So let's try this again on attempt number 2 for the whole new clip by having an update lap time in 1 minute 41.205 seconds. Still, and just gonna have to beat turn 2 to turn 4 on the apexes is very challenging to be served as an obstacle course. But it'll have to be sure if I can do this, or if anything else happens, I should probably have to end the session before moving on to take the next update, and the current lap time challenge will go different to be in a road car or racing car on a different location. So I had to keep it up and go hard to be mastered in every part of the turns in the Gardens layout in Dragon Trail. Okay, gonna have to keep a good steady. Barely 2 outside. Server maintenance is about to begin in 15 minutes. I had to hurry up and just gonna go harder at it. Right corner consecutive turns on the way in sector 3 by the entrance. Okay, here comes turn 13 and 14. Gonna have to break through onto the gap distance before coming up in about lap number 2 enters after the first lap cleared. And here we go. Alright, looks like going dive in correctly and going simple as please. Okay, that's turn 3 cleared. Now, turn 4. Alright, looks like I got the upper hand. and going to increase the gap by 0.5 seconds and increase at 0.6 seconds. Very good, and looks like my dinghy strategy just barely pulled that off. It'll have to take right turn corner before going for having another turn to go directly right over here and stay on in. Now for the final sector to go back onto the right corner consecutive turns. But it'll have to take much more paces left to go because it'll have to get more correctly when you're in entered on sector 3. Now try this again on turn 13 and 14. Very excellent, but just going to get my hopes. That's 1 minute, 40.846 seconds. Not good enough because almost to be exactly, at least to be currently, to get closer onto the goal percentage. Gonna have to keep it clean and gonna have to do this again. Next lap on number 4. But I cannot believe it, I just barely pulled that off. The most challenging lap time challenge for the Radical SR3 SL in a 2013 model. Gonna have to keep trying harder because time is the essence before the next update will be coming up soon. But I'm always gonna have to be late because so many distractions for myself. Just gonna have to keep a good main focusing on racing that will have to put me in as a sensory. Now gonna have to go for the right corner consecutive turns again. Just gonna have to beat that number of distance on the decimal by around in a minute and 40 seconds. But I can feel it. I almost feel it, and just gonna have to take one more circumstances. It's gonna have to step it up and go in the way. Now go for the full stretch. Entrance on lap number 4. Time to dive in again on turn 1. Okay, I guess 10 minutes left. Looks like it's time for me to wrap this up and go exit. Clearly, that will be a very much more near-depth experience to be facing on turn 2 and turn 4 by the apexes with a speed bump is very challenging to be more grueling. But anyway, because that should be it, because that will be much more closer, so I had to get 1 million credit before tomorrow's update is about to get closer, simple, and having 4 cars will be dropping in, including 2 different versions of the Dallara SF23 Super Formula will be dropping in as well. But there you go. Best time average is now currently to stay in the silver in 1 minute, 40.846 seconds is now being highlighted on Sector 1 and 2, and especially on Sector 3 in the first lap. 29.489 seconds and 31.813 seconds in lap number 2. Plus for lap number 3 in the first lap, 39.495 seconds. Well, I can't say because the stat of performance should be doing well, and just gonna have to keep a good reminder to have the next lap time challenge. We'll have to go for having a different challenge. So there you go. But of course, because almost had it to be exactly to be on the goal percentage, is now currently to be at 0.555 seconds. We are finally finished for the 2022/23 exhibition, you guys. Nations Cup has finished from the first one, and the Manufacturers Cup has now finished second. So, now we have to do is going to have to wait for the 2023 series for the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup, along with this year's 2023 Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup is about to get much more set of new challenges, track layouts, and putting up with some different car classes for the Nations Cup, and same for the Group 4 and Group 3 categories for the Manufacturers Cup. So, guess for me for having some more training to be part on daily race, so I had to take on in Race A, Race B, or Race C whenever I like to pick. But it was a lot of fun out there after having some hard going moments and taking some long delays during my part of the live stream video segment. But it takes hard work and being patient to be set for this part of the content video for only 6 videos during the 4th season in the same exhibition series on the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. So after that, because the perfect time we'll have to go back to the GT Garage, is going to have to do a 9 roulette ticket to go down as a reward challenge. So I deserve a prize because that will be a very much more grueling difficult for only 2 rounds, and especially to have the one best race, as the final round is going to get much more better than ever. So let's have 9 Gibbs is about to be selected by having 5 4 stars, 3 3 stars, and 1 5 stars to be on the roulette ticket. So here I go. Let's see which prize should I get. This time, category will go by having a 1 best of luck. Well, definitely low luck is now actually to have 5,000 GT credits. Just going to give some small earnings and go for having a second 3 star. Alright, so let's see which prize should I get. Give me something. No car, no luck, and exactly to have some low rarity. Just the second 5,000 GT credits just gonna have to go for a gambling. But only in the game that might have one good best of luck chance to see which high valuable prizes should I get. A bit of common, but actually to see how this different kind of credits to be at 10,000. That could be 12,000 GT credits to be received as a prize. Now, for having a 4-star roulette ticket will be set to be on the next lineup. Come on, Lady Luck. Give me something. Okay, looks like a Subaru BRZ 2018 STI Sport. Now that will be much more very good and much more needed to be collected for having an extra one. Just for keeps, or maybe just going to go appraise to be visiting at the used car dealership to see how the prices can actually to go high or low. So there you go. Now for having a roulette ticket for having number 2 4-star is now ready up. Porsche invitation, give me something. Not just an invitation, but give or take much more better high earnings to be at 500,000 GT credits. Very good, and go lucky luck. Now, next up we're having a third 4-star roulette ticket. Give me something. I guess that was gonna be 10,000. Nope. 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. I guess gambling just trying to trick me. Now for having a 4-star roulette ticket, give me 1 million GT credits. Well, at least that might be quite giving a low ball, but 10,000 GT credits to be on a bronze rarity. And for having a roulette ticket after acquire from Extra Car Collection about Toyota 86. Not even close. Not even close to get the Ferrari invitation at Grand Central. but 30,000 GT credits, but I may not be crying because I'm just trying to be on the reminder next time. But good thing, after all, having an extra menu is quite very good to be received, to be acquired from April 14. But on the other hand, because that one might have to give a good exact reference to have a one best reward challenge as part of April 22nd. But thank you, Courtney, but just gonna go for having a next year breakfast after this. Just give me something to have a best high rarity. Meh. 100,000 GT credits should be fine as well. It's no big deal. So, looks like I'll receive for only 9 roulette tickets, categorized with 3 bronze, 5 silvers, and 1 gold. Okay, well, I can't say because the best time we'll have to go training is gonna have to go over to be at the daily race, or I'll have to continue on to my full walkthrough in Season 2 after clear from menu book number 39, as I'm about to putting it with some different changes and different minor fixes to have some upcoming content video after having one live stream event. Time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. Looks like gonna have to go work hard and beyond after the exhibition series from Season 4 in the 2022/23 Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. More cars collecting, and just going to be sure if I can go there to be participate at Tokyo Expressway east clockwise by having a World Touring Car 600. But I can't wait and go beyond for having a faster racing and go performing work by exactly over an hour. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Dividend Art, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.